Okay, cool.
'Cause they don't
Good.
actually start on the proper battle mechs for the most part.
Nice. Nice. Okay. All right then. Well, we're here. This is episode 1 kind of the series 2 because it's after the
1.5 to
it's
something like that.
1.5 and a something. Yeah, it's like 9 and 3/8 or something. I don't know. Well, that's not even the right reference. I just tried to reference it's platform 9 and 3/4. Thank you very much. But anyway, moving on. You get it. You get it. Everyone gets it. It's Harry Potter. Come on. Okay, so by now you know, if you've watched episode 1, I had to do some re-recording. Everything was fucked. At this point, I'm worried that my microphone is still fucked. So we are just going to load back to an earlier stage. Instead of, we could go back and replay the missions, but I don't know. I don't want to. I mean, technically, we'd be like farming experience if that works that way. That would be no different than if we had to go do that. That's not strictly a problem, but we were talking about it as you heard at the beginning. Maybe that's in here, maybe it's not. But you know, Donovan's had some time to explore. He's not dead. I'm not out of my mind with trying to fix a computer that I'm expecting to blow up around in my face at any second. So now that everything's better and we're better, it's a little later than we wanted to get started. I wanted to get started, but hey, you know what? We're here. Hi, Donovan. How are you?
I'm good, a little tired, but good.
Yeah, well, I got about 3.5 hours, maybe 4 if I'm lucky. Yeah. All right. Insomnia aside, I think we're gonna just go do the trial of position again.
Kit Jaden. Proceed along the designated nav route to the proving grounds. Your trial of position awaits.
Acknowledged, Kit Commander. This is it. Everything you've worked for. 2 kills. 2 kills. Better to die than accept anything less. You can do this, Jaden. You have to.
Anyways, before they start talking, I've actually heard a lot of people complaining about the boss fight, saying it was too hard.
Yeah, that definitely could have been a barrier, I'll tell you. And in fact, I expect it to be a barrier. But that's, I mean, if you've been going in, yeah, I agree. I don't know about too hard, but it was certainly difficult.
It was difficult, but I kind of chuckled to myself because I was just like, I didn't. After we were like, okay, we just won't do the first lands. Like it wasn't all
Yeah.
that bad. Like
No, I
it was just
agreed.
like,
Agreed. But we'll save that conversation for when we get to it, because I mean, yeah.
yeah.
Other than that, how you think of the game? We're liking it so far. Let's give an impression. What do you got?
I've
What do you got?
actually my only gripe is the mouth animations. There's
Okay.
something weird there. That's
Yeah, they're all
my
kind
only
of.
gripe.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Like I don't know what it is, if it's like the teeth are not moving right or something, but like the
Getting a little
mouth
uncanny valley, are you?
animations, just
Yeah.
something with the mouth animations. The only thing that really throws me off so far, like I did the little bit of the campaign up to I think just after this mission by myself, and I was just like, you know what, I kind of like this. It's not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I mean, I said that earlier on, that like I'm gonna enjoy this no matter what. I mean,
Kit Jaden.
it's fucking
You
gorgeous
have
ass
been called to
MechWarrior.
a
Like
trial
that's
of position.
right.
If you are victorious, the Smoke Jaguar will embrace the latest MechWarrior worthy of the clan's Tumen. If you fail, then the death of the incompetent is the death of a feeble progeny. And and a testament to our glorious ways. May the founders Franklin Osis and your progenitor Liam Ismail grant you strength.
Good. One major thing I wanted to point out from last night to today, that there was spots of lag I ran into last night. Then I played today, and in those same spots, I did not run into lag. So I'm curious if it was co-op or not, and if that was part of the bug fixes that they fixed, because it's actually running great today.
Yeah, it's running nice. I actually ran into, I think I went into, last night after you logged off, I went into the, right, he was up. Where is he? I need to, I'm actually taking more damage than I should. Okay, for the first time in years, I just lost my legs to my torso.
Just need one more. Need to back off and play this smart. No telling what will be next. Saw a good spot to set up. Need to get there quick. Here it comes. One more kill.
Oh, my keybind just got reset. My shift doesn't work. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's why I went and did all that shit today, because I noticed after the patch all my keybind and shit got changed.
Oh yeah, no, hold on, I gotta fight this. I'm open, I gotta be careful. Oh boy. I might actually lose this. No, I'm good.
2 kills. You can do this. Gotcha.
I was worried there, Donovan, that I was about to lose and have to redo this on video.
Last one. Could I?
No, I can't.
I kinda got worried when I did mine too.
Right here is the thumbnail for the first video. Fire behind him, lasers coming out of the front of him. It's all fiddled with and stuff, so it doesn't probably, it may not be readily, you know.
Today, the clan recognizes the ascension of its newest MechWarrior into the Tumen. With 2 confirmed combat kills, I give to you Jaden Smoke Jaguar. And demand you recognize him as a star commander.
Oh yeah, cool.
Star Commander Jaden Smoke Jaguar. Report to Office 31 on B level, Sector 3.
Look at you, Star Commander.
Can't believe we all made it.
Hey. Where's Nasir?
Wow.
Particle cannon to the cockpit. No time to eject.
She straight up said that, too. I can't believe we all made it. Oh, yeah, he died.
Nothing you could do, Jaden. The trial was something we all had to face alone. Kill or be killed.
I was worried I might not see any of you again. What are you all doing here?
You know what it is?
All of you, please, follow me.
Their teeth
Half
aren't
star,
moving at all. Their lips are just morphing around the teeth. Whatever. But now you had to make me notice that.
I present to you Galaxy Commander Cordera Perez.
Come join me.
Oh, he has a lower jaw.
Star Commander.
I think maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was just certain people.
I invited you and your fellow Sibkin here because I was told by Kick Commander Ismail that you four are exceptionally attuned to one another in the field.
Okay,
Is that an
Agent
accurate
Smith.
assessment?
Half Galaxy Commander. It is.
Jaden Smoke Jaguar, in accordance with our ways, I, Galaxy Commander Cordera Perez, formally extend to you a ransom.
What?
In exchange
Did you see that?
for your enlistment under the banner of my Beta Galaxy, I
No.
offer to you a star of battle mechs.
His whole arm like
Command,
rotated, but
as you
there was
see
no
fit.
shoulder involvement at all. It was like his
And this is
elbow
to be
was
formed
bolted to his,
by
and
your
it just
fellow Sibkin.
turned.
All of you.
Maybe that's actually intentional.
You serve under my command.
Maybe it's a robo arm.
Bargained well and done, Galaxy Commander.
Excellent. Excellent. Your new star will be assigned to the 362nd Assault Cluster. Under Star Colonel Emily Wimmer.
Welcome to the 362nd, the Silver Jaguars.
The teeth do move.
And congratulations to you on a
much,
successful
though.
trial, Star Commander.
Thank you, Star Colonel. I look forward to working with you and Galaxy Commander Perez for many years to come.
Okay. Still pretty fucking good,
Likewise.
though.
I have a warrior.
No, it's
Naomi,
fantastic,
that is in
dude.
need of a new assignment.
Just all
She
I
will
can do
be
is
your
look at the
star,
fact that
Point.
I look forward to meeting her.
it looks like she has a massive dip in her lower lip.
What perfect timing. Some fool.
Doesn't it? It does. It looks like she's fucking chewing tobacco right now.
Who do you think it is, Galaxy Commander?
The Nova Cats. We won a series of trials against them recently. And Khan LaRue is looking for retribution. Star Colonel Dita, what clan dares challenge us in our home system?
None, Galaxy Commander.
Explain.
A jump ship has materialized at Huntress's Nadir Point, but it is not clan in origin.
How is that possible?
Outbound light. Which I now know to be absolutely, totally the way this always worked, no matter what.
Esteemed Khans,
There's no reason to think I thought otherwise.
Khan, Leo
Ever.
Showers of the Smoke Jaguar clan.
And they did some fantastic work here.
Fellow Khans, I come to you today with a matter of critical importance to the clans. Last month, an unidentified jump ship materialized at a pirate point above our capital on Huntress.
Monolith class? I'm
After
trying to figure
capturing the vessel and interrogating its crew, we have learned that
It's a
this
big ass
ship-
jump ship to be just flying around.
outbound light originated from the inner sphere. Impossible! I assure you it is not. Capture of this vessel and the intel I am now forwarding to all of you points to one indisputable fact. The great houses of the inner sphere know the secret location of our home world. Now, it is only a matter of time before they bring their greed and their never-ending wars to our doorsteps.
Oh man, it looks exactly like a Clan Conclave too. It's so great.
Great debate.
Yeah, no,
Our
this
return to the inner sphere
fucking amazing.
ends now. We must act. My cards. It is finally time for the children of Karinsky to return home.
So I've seen some things in the content we got, the DLC content we got, looking through the screenshots, that tells me where this game, this campaign might end. Assuming that. Oh, hello, Clan Wolf. Hello, I see you. You're so pretty. Right now, Felon Kell gets captured. Right around now. So remember when I was like, that doesn't look like an Essex class, that whole thing we were talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It's because it was an Essex 2, and I didn't realize that.
Patch me in.
Yes, my con.
And it's her flagship.
All hands, we have completed our jump. Stand by for an announcement from Sakan Sarah Weaver.
Centuries ago, our ancestors hurled themselves into the void, hoping to flee a war they knew would come. A war
That was already happening.
that would end up subjugating all of human space under the boots of the great houses of the inner sphere. Our ancestors' sacrifices became the foundation on which Kerensky's clans were formed. But their dream of one day returning home did not die with them. It lives in all of you, born from blood and steel, to bring their hopes, their dreams, and their legacy back to the inner sphere.
I love how they worked in family resemblance between all of them.
Our long journey through the Exodus Road has come to an end.
Like the freckles on some of them.
Now,
And
we begin the first stage of Operation Revival by laying claim to the outer periphery. We will tame this savage outback to use as our staging ground to bring vengeance down on the tyrants that rule over the inner sphere.
I don't.
And they shall tremble before our might.
I can't think of a time when we've seen. I can't remember the other MechWarrior game cinematics, but I can't remember seeing warships on this scale from this angle. Right? Like, that's so fucking cool. So cool. Okay, so we're gonna do a little MechLab look because that needs to be in this episode. Okay, so we got some barracks stuff. We can do campaign missions over again. We can do training missions, go to the shooting range, test shit out. The combat arena is kind of cool. I mean, it's just waves. It's just 3 waves after 3 waves after 3 waves, right? But it's cool.
Wave.
Yeah, it's like, but it's in waves of waves. Right? I like that they have, they really should have just put MWO on that thing, on that simpod.
Yes.
Right, that simpod screen, if you go into the barracks, that simpod screen should just have, like, MWO on it. It actually kind of... might. Yeah, sorry, I'm really like watching this in because it's got the missile trails and the. God, that might actually be MWO footage, just tweaked a bit. It's hard to tell, but they should have absolutely done that because that would be, there was always nods in universe, in lore, to MechWarrior simulators from the 80s and 90s.
Mm-hmm.
The battle pods or whatever the fuck they called them. That's like the coolest thing I've ever seen, and that will never change. So Donovan, you did some reading into characters. So that's why I went to the barracks. That's right. So they have, so you click on
so
them.
I moved them around for
Holy
you.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm inadvertently quoting Full Metal Jacket here, but don't mind me. Wow. That's actually insanely cool. So it's basically all the same stuff, but I didn't, and then they get XP and we choose where it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, way better. Sick. Super cool. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Awesome.
So I moved around the battle mechs for us to more optimize everyone's abilities.
Okay. Cool. Good call.
Because they do not
matters.
optimize. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Well, because
Awesome.
Liam has ECM buffs and stuff, and he gets this
No
is what it
ECM
is
mech.
before.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And it's just like Naomi gets missile buffs, but she doesn't get a missile one. Liam gets ECM buffs, but doesn't get an ECM one, and it's just like, oh. And then Ezra is lasers, so the moment that you can upgrade his cheetah to the laser cheetah, it's pretty awesome. Because I was just about to do that because I finished, I think, the next mission coming up. And you get a bunch of XP. Enough
with 2 cheetahs, you'd level cheetahs pretty quickly.
Yeah.
It's almost wonder if it's worth when you have your mech, just buying 2 of them. Just so the AI can level up for you too.
I'm kind of wondering how the tonnage goes up throughout the missions.
Yeah, so am I. I don't know. I'm so used to not worrying about it from fucking modded MechWarrior 5 that I'm just there's going to be times when I hit a button and go, why isn't it working? And we'll be 5 tons over. Absolutely, I guarantee it. Okay, so Omnipod loadout is where we're going to start. So one of the really cool things that they've done here is you get the Omnipod variants. Omni-Mech variants has been a lore thing forever. I mean, we all know that if we've played MechWarrior Online or any of the mech things, that's how that works. In this case, you don't seem to be able to mix and match pieces from Omnipods sets, which, and if you can, I haven't figured out how, but that's okay. That's just something to, appreciate that we can do in MechWarrior Online.
So you're on the MechLab page, right?
Yeah, so when I go into, I
So
can go in,
click
and select
on
Omnipod. Oh, you select Omnipod. Oh, you can do that. Oh, right. But you have to unlock the whole set to do it.
Yes.
I see what I ran into last time. I misunderstood that. Okay. No, that's fine then. Cool. Then that's sick. All right. And do we know if there's any bonuses the way there's bonuses in MWO when you have the full Omnipod set?
From what I've seen,
doesn't look like it.
The bonuses are all outside of this, the science lab and your barracks, and it seems like they
they
moved
don't
that
seem to have quirks.
customization.
Yeah, that's interesting. So there's not quirks per se, but they're just done. but they're done a different way. Yeah, as you level the mech up and stuff, and that's okay. I'm good with that. I'm totally fine with that. This is really cool. I really like it. I mean, I just generally, I do find myself being slightly confused the first few times I did it, because I'd run into stuff where it was like, it wasn't initially clear that you had a maximum number, right? Like I tried to adjust my Viper, and I kept running into slot issues, even though it said I could put 2 missiles on. Right? Exactly. It was because I had the hand actuator as well. That counted as a slot. And then, so when I wanted to do two missiles, I ended up pulling the hand actuator and putting 2. I think that's how I worked it out. I don't have the, let's just, I'm going to just strip and not save it, but I'm just going to strip it so we can, oh, then I almost double click to save. Awesome. So, if we go, so wait a minute. This seems to work now, and it didn't work. Okay, no, there we go. Yes, maximum reach for this hard point. So, but if I go like, how do I remove that? There was a way, there was one that I got that I was able to remove. No, doesn't look like it. Cool. So, the problem is it says, when I look at this Omnipod, it says I can put 2 SRMs on it. Right? It says 1 of 2 SRM. And then when I click on it, I can't put a second. Maybe I can put, no, I can't put any other.
It's because your SRM ammo is taking up your other missile slot. You have to move.
It's taken out. Nope. I have pulled that out. That is, I stripped the mech completely. So I have no tonnage issue.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. So I'm talking about. So that, and so if I strip location, the hand actuator doesn't come off, and that counts as a, that seems to count as a weapon hardpoint, or but not different than. But at the same time, I can put 2 energy slots in. I can put 2 ER small lasers just fine. But for some reason, I can't put 2 SRMs when I have 2 slots. And I don't understand. Like, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. LRM-15 takes up 2 slots. So what we're seeing here is we're not seeing you have hard points. This is not 2 missile hard points, Donovan. This is 2 missile slots. You only have 1 missile hard point. Right? So if you look, okay, so here, I'm going to stream my, actually, no, you're just going to go into the Viper if you can.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at it right now. That's why I was kind of...
Yes, so the 2 above is the number of hard points, and the 2 below is the number of slots, or vice versa. No, it's, yeah, no, the one in there is the number of hard points, and the one below is the number of slots you've used. We solved it. That makes sense now. I didn't even, it's like I wasn't looking at that number that was up there. I was like, it just, yeah, there's 1. I didn't register that number would change to 2. Okay, so that's a little fucked up, but once you understand it, it makes sense. The one thing that Donovan keyed into, right, because the thing about Omnimechs, if you don't know, and you haven't seen MechWarrior 5 or MechWarrior Online, I have other videos on the channel. You can go look at them and see how the MechLab works in there. I haven't done a specific explanation, but off the top of my head, you could find the Agincourt Archer video. That the whole point of that video is I did a build, and then I have a stock builds video from way years ago that shows the MechLab quite a bit in MechWarrior Online. So if anyone wants to go take a look at that, you're wondering, you can go do that there. So I encourage you to. Mostly because I like both of those videos, and the Agincourt one's getting some because it's accidentally clickbaity, but whatever. They released the Agincourt Hero, and it was a build, about the Agincourt Hero, but it was MechWarrior 5, so I get tons of views on it from probably people looking for the MechWarrior Online builds. which is really funny. I didn't mean to clickbait anyone, but I'll take it.
Man, if it works, it works.
If it works, it works. So the one thing that I don't like is we can't, lots of fixed jump jets. And that's annoying. That's an Omni-Mech thing. But the thing about Omni-Mechs is they have internal built-in stuff. So from the perspective of, oh no, I've just got shot out, I need to replace it. You don't need to replace it. You don't need to pay for a new one. You can fix it. Or, you know, reasonably. I'm sure in lore, an Omni-Mech can get wrecked enough that you can't fix it, but it's easier to fix. Right? Like, I'm sure there's a point where you've just done too much damage. But then we look at it, and right, so we got general slots, we have fixed armor slots. Now, in other MechWarrior games, you'll notice if you have gone to see those others, or if you stopped this video to go look at those other videos, I appreciate you, but I mean, it was not what I meant. Anyway, if you think about those, they move the fixed armor slots for stuff always float, right? So, but we have a fixed number of slots this way. This is a little bit different way of doing a MechWarrior MechLab, but I kind of like it in a way because it's all you know exactly what you've got. You don't have this situation where you're like, oh, there's one slot down there that I didn't count, and I could have done this other thing because all the slots move around to wherever. And you see that
and it's all variant based. So like if a variant does come with more armor, it will naturally have more armor on that variant and stuff like that.
And
but
then
I've
you can
also gone through the Omnipod slots that some of them do have naturally more armor and shit like that. So
yeah, that's often a big thing as far as I understood about some of the Omnipods. Like you'd have a brawler mech, which has sometimes, you know, maybe less. It's a little bit less glass, a little bit more tanky, and alpha E versus something like Prime Timberwolf, which is not really a mix it up mech. It's like it's a fire support mech almost. Definitely a longer range engagement mech. So theoretically, it would use its speed to. I mean, they're all fast, but you understand what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying. So we're seeing targeting computers. We're seeing a lot of the stuff that's kind of basic with the clan, or with clan tech. This Pharaoh armor pod is how we do armor. Additional, if you're used to the other MechWarrior games where you just have like a clicker, where you put points in and out and whatever, and a certain amount of points equals a certain amount of weight. We've got individual weight per arm, per location, and that's interesting. Like, what is there? Is there something to that? Does that affect something in some way? I just don't know why you would have that otherwise. Right? That's interesting. I'm curious to see if at some point in stats it's reflected. Right? Somehow. I don't know. I don't know how that would be. But we got the standard double heatsink stuff, but this is our armor. So you add a pod, you add a ton or a quarter ton at a time. It's kind of an interesting way to do it. It turns extra armor into slot investment, which is, I mean, if
yeah, I'm not sure about that where armor takes up slots.
Yeah, I'm not sure about it either, but just the thing is I don't know. I don't have any guns that I can really, like, I don't know how bigger mechs do. Like, do we get like 4 slots or 5 slots, and can we put a Gauss rifle in? Like how does that work? This UAC 2 is what, 1 slot? 2 slots. Okay. Which is standard, right? I think that's normal. 1 or 2 for an AC2.
AC5 I think is 4 slots.
And does the mech have 4 slots, or does it use 2 and then general slots? That's the question. You had the kit box that had that, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so you've got 6. You've got 6 ballistic slots in that arm. Interesting. Okay. I'll never forget that week 1 kit box, by the way, with the 2 AC-10s and the 2 Ultra 10s in the shoulders on a fucking 25-ton mech.
Amazing.
Dude. Or 30-ton mech, sorry. That would be insane on a 25-ton mech. That would be impossible. Like, I think that would literally be impossible. Yeah, that was a build I wish I'd made, because it didn't last very long, but boy, was it fun. I mean, I made it, but I wish I'd made a video about it. You'd walk around a corner and run into another assault or light mech and just and you're dead now.
Well, that's where it shows how many slots for what. Okay. It's just a really different way how they did it this time around, comparatively.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess they really wanted to key into the fact that the clans have a different system. And because traditionally, an Omni-Mech, what is an Omni-Mech when you already have a MechLab? That was the thing about MechWarrior versus BattleTech versus Lore, BattleTech, is the MechLab. Because the premise of a first-person game like MechWarrior kind of requires that customization. But
yeah,
in a lot of ways, the rules of the BattleTech universe made it not really a thing. Just because there's a reason there was all the different variants, right? That's why there's like 5 different fire support mechs instead of 1 that can do a bunch of different things. Because they need to specialize, and they need a fast one, and they need a tanky one, and they need a big guns one, and all that stuff.
No, I like this. My only gripe and my only hopeful thing is for the modders to get to it, because I don't mind the whole slot system and stuff like that. I kind of miss being able to change, like, oh, let's change out my sensors for like specialized sensors into this or something like that, or or like adding a specialized melee fist instead of just having a. I think that's the only thing the big thing I miss out of our modded stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm actually kind of curious of how far along this goes into like what kind of clan tech we get into later on, if it's just going to be this stuff or if we're going to get like.
So my theory is that we go to the Battle of Luthien.
Okay.
Right. And then we fight, because that's like the big fight early on. We've seen, now that's partially based on the fact that we've seen, I mentioned it in the video the recording that didn't work, a planet called Turtle Bay, or a city called, no, the planet was called Turtle Bay. Edo was the city. And Edo was the first city, or Turtle Bay was the first planet, and Edo the first city to be orbitally hit by a warship in 200 years, or something, like a long time, since the first Succession War, at least. So more than 200 years, probably. Now, that's because there was a little resistancing, and some prisoners broke out, and the Yakuza got involved and broke some prisoners out, and they just shot it with a warship. Fucking wiped the whole city off the map. Right? And so one of the screenshots is of a town nearby, and you can see Ito in the background. And then there's another screenshot of the Imperial Palace on Luthien, the Black Pearl.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the point where Wolf's Dragoons show up. But you see, there's another thing that's going to happen. The Ilkhan's going to die, and the invasion is going to stop for a year. And then it's going to continue Christmas 3051, literally Boxing Day, and will go until Tukid. But
I wonder, because if they're releasing this now, I wonder if this will go up until the invasion stops, and then they do a content patch for Christmas where the invasion goes back on, if that's the case.
Yeah, that could be where it goes up to Radstadt, I think it is, during an invasion of the during the wolf. So the Ilkhan, I think it's Leo Showers at the time, is I have to just get facts straight in my head here. Is riding with Khan Ulrich Kerensky of the Wolves because he basically doesn't trust him, and Kerensky is the leader of the Warden faction. Showers is the leader of the Crusader faction. The Wardens want to protect the Inner Sphere, not necessarily by standing outside it like they were going to, but certainly by not being quite nearly as much assholes as some of the Crusaders are. So there's a pilot on it was in Gunsberg, I think, it was at Rads. It was at one of those places. The pilot was from Gunsberg. That's it. Tyra Miraborg, and she fucking suicide run the bridge of the Direwolf, the Clan Wolf flagship, Sovietsky Soyuz class, badass fucking machine, and it's in the photos too. It looks so fucking cool. So fucking cool.
I don't know. I'm kind of curious. Yeah, I'm really curious where they take this, because this is not as sandboxy as the other MechWarrior is. So I'm wondering if they have like this grand storyline, if they're actually going to follow the invasion and kind of stagger it somewhat.
So I actually started playing a thing here. I'm going to just skip this. Skip. And then we'll click briefing and re-record that. So with the path that they have the option of stopping at the solstice, or the truce, whatever. The reason that it stops for a year is because they have to go back to Stranomechty. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce that name, but that's the closest I can get. They have to go back there because that's where the Grand Council is convened. That's the only place you can. Well, for one thing, because not all the clans are invading. Right?
Well, that's right, yeah.
There's only 4 clans invading at this point, and there will be 8 by the time Luthien happens. Actually, no, I think it's 6.
We saw a whole bunch of flags over there.
There's 20. 19. At this point, some of them get absorbed. Some of the ones that don't make the cut to invade get absorbed by other clans. They lose like 3 clans from that point. Probably 3 clans get absorbed. We'd have to go back and look through precisely which is and when's, but it'll be something like that. So their options are to stop there. I don't think they stop there because it's kind of like... That's kind of a good spot to regroup, and that's like a story turning point part. Like, our Khan will die. The guy we saw at the beginning of this will be dead. Right? The one who started the invasion and the whole thing. And so if they want to get in, so I suspect that if they don't do the whole clan invasion, they'll go up to the Battle of Luthien. That'll be the end of the... That's what I think. But they could very easily go up to Tukid and end it at Tukid. Because that was the kind of moment that the Smoke Jaguars really... The Smoke Jaguars fucked up on Tukid. They wanted the right to land first so badly that they bid away so many troops that they got pushed out in like the first 3 days of a 3-week fight.
Oh, wow.
They got shit on. It was bad. So I'm kind of interested to see if I can change that.